Man, just going over some, financial news and some very interesting things caught my attention. But before we get into that, let me just put out the disclaimer. I am not an attorney, a tax advisor, or financial advisor. Please consult with real professionals. The following is my opinion and my opinion only based on my own research. I will share the information with you I find and will encourage you to read or listen to the information so that you can form your own opinion. Here's what I'm talking about. I'm starting to realize that as much as there's a few changes that happened for me since last night. I've really been doing some studying on what's going on out there in the stock market, the gold and silver market, as well as the cryptocurrencies. And I decided to make some pretty bold moves. Okay. And I'm convinced more now than ever. I don't need to buy any more Vietnam Dong. I don't have to buy any more Iraqi dinar, and there's no more cryptocurrencies that I need. As a matter of fact, it's time to start adding to my gold and silver stacks. Okay, I never feel like I have enough of these, and even though since the end of 2018, I've been feeling this. I don't know, this overwhelming anxiety feeling like I need to keep buying more and more. And then I get sidetracked and then I go back to it. Now, I was trying to figure out a way to present to you guys the best way to stress to you how important it is to start now. If you haven't, you should have already done this. But to start now, adding to your gold and silver stacks, I came across something very interesting I'm going to share with you because it makes some great points and highlights some things you guys should be paying attention to. Okay, but before I get into that, everybody, again, a reminder, I do have a Facebook group with the same name as my YouTube channel, Pimpy's Investment Chat. I encourage everybody to come in here. I will leave a link in the description. And in here, we talk about everything from the Iraqi dinar to the Vietnam dong, the Zim dollars, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, and different stocks. It's free to come in here. So I encourage you guys to all come in here, okay? I'm going to I do a lot of reading on my own. I do a lot of research on my own, but there are some very, very knowledgeable people on YouTube that I would encourage you guys to follow if you want to learn more. I will leave a link to their channels and highly recommend you go watch them. For example, this is ITM Trading. This is Lynette Zang. Her videos are phenomenal. She talks about gold and silver. And what I love most about what Lynette does, it's like going to school, but it's like going to class, but it's like going to a class on a subject that you liked when you were in school. Not like, oh my God, I got to be in school. Lynette has a way of explaining things that even a second grader can understand. She uses graphs, she uses charts, and she's going to explain to you the importance of why you should be already. If you haven't, you should start investing in gold and silver. All of her videos are phenomenal. I kid you not. I have learned a ton from her over the past year. She has some great interviews and there's some great subjects, and she's telling everybody the time is running out. There is an opportunity for you now to go ahead and not just preserve your wealth, but actually gain some wealth by investing in gold and silver. Now, Lynette Zang she has a really huge background in finance. I listened to her in an interview one time and she said something that totally blew my mind. This guy was saying that, she used to have some great stock advice and she had these mutual funds and she used to talk about them. And he says, so with the crisis coming up, what does Lynette Zang have her money in? And she just looked at the guy like he was crazy. She goes, what do you mean? She goes, I don't have any more stock. I sold all my stock. I got rid of all my mutual funds. I took all the money out of the bank except for whatever money I need to just get by with my normal bills. I put the rest in gold and silver. And she was serious. She doesn't just talk the talk. She walks the walk. And I'm telling you, if you have time, again, I encourage you to come over and listen to her videos because they're extremely informative. Okay, so she's talking about some big things getting ready to happen here shortly. I love the fact that, and she'll tell you what's really going on with the mortgages, the bailouts, the hyperinflation. There is this one on here called A gentleman was doing an interview with her just saying is gold and silver prices are getting ready to reset, and it's going to happen within 6 months. So again, you guys, look, she has a great channel, a really great one. I encourage you to come to her channel and just listen to a few of them. You're going to get hooked, especially if you don't have any knowledge in gold and silver. She's going to explain to you. Again, it's like going to school to learn about gold and silver, but it's a kind of class that you guys will absolutely love. Okay, so this is my gold and silver person. This is one of them, but she's my main one. Now, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, this guy here, Chico Crypto, okay, he's the guy. I love watching his videos because he doesn't pump any product. As a matter of fact, he also talks about what's going on in the world of finance, but he also has a way of tying them into cryptocurrencies. He doesn't support any one cryptocurrency over another. As a matter of fact, he's so blatantly honest when it comes to cryptocurrencies that he's often attacked, because there's a lot of pitch people out there who are paid by different cryptocurrencies to push their product. Chico Crypto is not supported by any cryptocurrency company, so he pushes out the news. Okay, I love his videos. Now, I told somebody that, look, Bitcoin is getting ready to merge over with Ethereum, so they're going to bring all their client base with them. And they said, where'd you get that information from? Chico Crypto is where I got this information from. So come over here where it says, and I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel. I encourage you guys, if you want to learn about cryptocurrencies, come over here. Don't go to one that pumps your favorite cryptocurrency. You need somebody who's unbiased, not a guy that's, hey, XRP all day, 24 hours a day, or another guy that's, I'm Bitcoin 24 hours a day. You want somebody who's fair and balanced, and this guy is unbelievable. He also spills the dirt on the corrupt cryptocurrencies. This guy is where I learned a lot of information from. I have listened to other crypto channels, several of them, as a matter of fact, over the past year, and what I find out is they have a habit of pushing specific cryptocurrencies. Fine, I don't want that. I want to turn to somebody where I can hear about crypto news. And that's this guy here, Chico Crypto. I highly recommend you come here. But the one I was talking about here is this one, Ethereum 2020 Takeover. Okay, so look at more than Ethereum to pump more than Bitcoin pre-halving, which is coming up here in about 3 weeks. So because of this, I've listened, and again, about 6-7 months ago, I had moved a lot of my cryptocurrencies over to Ethereum because of some things that he had brought to my attention. And now I have moved, and I told you I was making some bold moves. I have now moved all of my cryptocurrencies into one, and that is into Ethereum. So I don't have XRP anymore, and I do not have XLM at the moment, only because if what he is saying is right, then the Ethereum cryptocurrency is the right one to be in for at least the next couple of weeks, and then I could go back to diversifying. But for now, I feel like what he's saying is absolutely right. So he doesn't just tell you, he shows you the paperwork. He shows you articles, just like Lynette Zang. If I was going to say, come to Pimpy's investment school, here are my teachers. Gold and silver class, you want Lynette Zang. Cryptocurrencies, you definitely want Chico Crypto. Okay, these two are people that I really learn a lot from when it comes to different investments. Okay, also, you guys, I'm going to show you a part of a video. I hope they don't mind. This is SD Bullion, and we'll talk more about them. But I was trying to figure out a way to explain something, and this guy actually covers it perfectly. He's going to show you how close we are now to gold taking over all the fiat currencies. Listen to what he's saying, okay, and then we'll continue from there, because this is really, really important what this guy's saying.
And now to our main event this week. I hope you like price charts, because we're about to go look at around 20 of the largest fiat currencies traded. It will encompass over 96% of collective notional FX trading volumes with the fiat currencies we are about to compare with gold. Now get ready to see a lot of technical price breakouts and new nominal record gold price highs. First, the US. This could still take a few years before 2K gold, but let's go on to the next largest currency. The euro, which has lost over 85% of its value to gold since formally forming its currency union about 2 decades ago. The gold price there has broken out, and the EU banking system is still a mess, looking for the next crisis. Japanese yen, a country that has zombified its financial market for now 3 decades running, is now near its all-time nominal gold price high, stretching all the way back to 1980. When gold in Japanese yen clears 200,000, it's going to be interesting to see the energy it lets off after a 40-year cup formation we see here. Gold in British pounds. They decoupled formally in the Great Depression, and the British pound sterling, which was once defined as 12 troy ounces of silver, it's been consistently devaluing versus gold ever since the Great Depression. New highs and a breakout ongoing. Gold in Aussie dollars is on a complete tear of late. A side note from financial Twitter today, a Bloomberg reporter using a chart that tells less than half the story. Then I kindly reminded her that in fiat Australian dollars, the flows into gold bullion there are a reminder of something that we will likely be seeing here soon enough. As you can see by the chart, you're talking almost 2x flows currently going into Perth Mint gold bullion products versus back in 2013. Our Canadian neighbors up north, breakout. Good luck with your housing bubble burst and your resource-backed fiat currency. Swiss franc appears to have just broken out. The last of the gold-backed currencies, I think it decoupled from gold in mid-70s, it's about to see its gold price explode higher. Chinese renminbi, the inventors of the original fiat currency canard, under threat of death by the Han dynasty. You could see the artificial currency peg above with that black line. See how it's just straight lateral, almost? All fiat currency pegs made, they all eventually break. Take a look at the year 1994, a sharp devaluation of the then yuan. There is now a very real possibility we'll see something akin to that in China on a much larger scale.
In case you're wondering what he's talking about, this is the devaluation of their money. In other words, the value of the currency is getting less and less valuable as gold value goes up. Because I should explain that before, so that's what he's talking about.
Pretty soon. Gold is set to explode there. Hong Kong, similar story. Notice the artificial peg. See the cup U-shape forming. Think Hong Kong fiat dollar devaluation at some point sooner than later. Gold in New Zealand fiat dollars, breakout. Swedish krona, same. South Korean fiat won, new record high. Singapore fiat dollars, meet a new record gold price for your foreseeable future. Norwegian kroner, much in large part of late thanks to record low and even front month negative oil prices, given that there's almost no oil storage left at normal prices. Their currency is going to get blown out by gold, likely further ahead. Mexican peso, hasta la vista. Gold and Indian rupee, blast off. Indian investors should look to silver for better value bullion bets. The issue, again, with India is often people scoff at silver, thinking it's poor people's way of showing off their wealth. When anyone who could sniff value, look at the Indian rupee gold chart versus the Indian rupee silver chart, they should bet on silver. Gold stacking Russian Federation, that policy's paid off for their low debt loading government. But what to do about these historically low oil prices? That's another matter. Expect the ruble to keep losing to gold. South African rand, straight up exponential blowout. Turkish lira, any wonder why Turkish citizens buy so much gold? That picture's a 2-decade reference. And finally, Brasileiros, another extreme blowout as gold in Brazil is doing its job protecting people's purchasing power as their fiat currency devalues heavily. And back to the US. With these charts, I am politely suggesting to you, dear reader, what goes around comes around. Fiat Federal Reserve notes strength in the last 5 years or so. It's going to one day give away to weakness. Consider by then you'll want to have an aggressive...
All right, so you can see what I loved about what he was explaining is this. He's explaining the currency values are getting, the fiat currencies are becoming less and less valuable while gold and silver continue to increase in value. This is a normal pattern whenever a financial system crashes, okay? So whenever we get ready to move into the new reserve system from the old, what you'll see is a huge spike in gold and silver. People keep asking me, which do you prefer? Should it be gold and silver? Well, gold right now is at $1,700. That is dirt cheap. Yeah, for people who can't afford it, you're going, that doesn't sound dirt cheap to me, but you don't have to buy the full ounces. You could buy fractionals, and I'll go over that here in a couple of seconds. But I do want to explain something to you right now. Gold, you'll probably see, even if it goes, let's say, even if it does go up to, let's just say 20,000 an ounce, and let's say that, we're just to use round numbers, let's just say that gold sits at, $2,000 an ounce and then jumps up to 20. So that's 10 times its value. So your investment will increase by 10 times. But silver, on the other hand, let's say it gets up to $20. They're anticipating it reach $2,000 an ounce. Do you see the huge difference there? That's 100 times your value. Okay. And during financial crisis, silver is a lot more affordable, but they always make this excuse, well, it's a lot more to store. But here's my thing. If it's easier to buy, you can get a lot more of it, and the increase in value is much higher than gold. Do you see where I'm going with this? Would you rather have 100, or let's say 10 ounces of gold, right, that reach up to $20,000 an ounce? That's giving you $200,000. Or if you had 1,000 ounces that reached $2,000 an ounce, which gives you $2 million. You see where I'm going with that? Did I do math right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, the point is you can afford silver a lot more. Silver in commercial usage is second only to oil. There's so much demand for silver, and the amount of silver that's been mined is very low. And it's the demand for silver, I think eventually, and it's going to sound crazy to a lot of people, eventually the value of silver, in my opinion, is going to pass up gold. And I know people are going, no, that's never going to happen. Oh, no, that's never. They said the same thing about palladium, and now palladium is way more valuable than gold is. As a matter of fact, it's now the most valuable of the precious metals. So people keep saying, hey, where should I go, Pimpy, to buy my gold and silver? This is what I'm talking about, what you should do. Go on to Yahoo or Google and just put in their local gold and silver dealers, and just put in whatever city or whatever your town is near you, and you'll see these list of companies that you can go into and buy gold and silver from them. So that's the smart thing to do. And the reason why I say do this, and that is because if you do, you can go in there and use cash to buy gold and silver, and this will allow you to keep from having any type of paper trail whatsoever. Do you see what I'm saying? So, you don't, if you can avoid getting any kind of paper trail, you should do so. Okay. So you want to go into places like this. You know what I mean? Look at this. And you're looking for these gold and silver coins. That's what you're looking for. So gold and silver dealers near you. You see these sometimes. You're driving down one of your streets. It says, we buy gold and silver. These are the stores that you're looking for. They do sell and they do buy gold and silver. So this is where I would recommend you go first. A place like this where you see it says coins. Your coin dealer, your local coin dealers will have gold and silver coins. Now locally where I'm at, they are flat out sold out. There's no silver locally for me. None. My local dealer just recently hit me up to say they restored some of their stock and asked me if I wanted any. And I ran over and I grabbed 50 ounces real quick from them. Okay, because it's going to just be harder and harder to get over time. So if your local stores are indeed sold out and you have no other choice, the guy you just seen the video from is SD Bullion. They do have their own website, and I will leave a link to it here. So you could go to a website like this. Now, the thing that's impressive about SD Bullion is they never seem to be out of gold and silver. That's the thing, where other sites will. Now, they do charge a little bit higher of a premium. Sometimes they're competitive, sometimes they're not. They often have great deals, so I encourage you guys to come check them out. Again, I will leave a link in the description. Okay, another one, for me, and my main buyer, where I buy from all the time, is APMEX. They are one of the largest in our country, but they have been sold out, and I believe they just now restocked. So look at this. Right now, you can buy ounces for $19.41. Ounces over here. There might be some good deals, but for the most part, they're around $20-something. I'm just saying you could shop around. But they also have a lot of older coins in here for you collectors. APMEX is one of the best, and I do buy most all mine over the internet from these guys only. But But if I want fractionals, like ones that are smaller than 1 ounce, and which I highly recommend you guys do, and I'll leave a link to all these guys. Golden State Mint is the one I like to go to where I buy my fractionals. And what I mean by that is, you should buy smaller amounts of gold and silver. As a matter of fact, when it comes to gold, I don't recommend you buy anything over 1 ounce. And there's nothing wrong with owning about 3, 5, 10 ounce coins, but you really should start stocking up on 1 gram. That's what I highly recommend you do, is buy the 1 gram bars. So you go to the gram, you can do it by weight. That's what I do. And what I'm looking for is like this, bars. See this? These are lower. Look at 1/2 grams. Okay, so you go in and you can see people are buying them. And they're affordable. They're like $50, $40. Buy them and just keep stocking up on them and just keep buying them. That's because if the doo-doo hits the fan and the fiat currency is no longer any good and you can't use money any longer, people will always take gold and silver. But if gold and silver do jump up to $20,000 an ounce or so, you're not going to walk in a store with a 1 ounce gold coin worth $20,000 trying to buy a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk. It's not going to happen. They're not going to have change. So basically, you're going to be spending what, $20,000 on a handful of items? No, it's better for you to grab fractionals. Okay, buy 1/2 gram right here, 1/2 grams, 1/2 grams, 1/2 grams. They're cheaper. You know what I mean? Let's see if SD Bullion they're usually always gram bars. There you go. They usually don't run out. Okay, so we're looking for 1 gram bars. That's 1 gram pumps. Look at this. As low as, wow, man, 1 grams. So you could come up here and you could do your sort. See this? Sort by, I do mine lowest to highest is what I usually do. You could find a way to do that. I don't know this website very good. But look, you could do lowest to highest and you could find some good deals. 1 gram bars, and I realize how much they jumped up because I bought a bunch of them around $30. So not too shabby. But again, you guys, this is what you're looking for. 1 gram bars. They're affordable. People can, store up one at a time if they have some discretionary funds. Right here, you could see that APMEX is out, but you could pre-order them. So you can order some and then they'll put them on back order. Here you go. Here's 1 gram. 1 gram for $76.15. Okay, do you see? So at least there is 1 grams here. This is where I go. But over here is where I go to buy the smaller ones. Look at this. These are dime size coins. They're 0.9999 silver. 3 nines and 4 nines silver. So each one costs $2.72. Now what I do is I buy like 100 of these. So I have like 100 1 dime size. And then I have like 50 of these. These are quarter size. See, 1/4 ounce. They're pure 999 or 49 silvers. And then you got $half size. Do you see what I'm saying? So the dimes cost you $2.72 each. This is what I'm talking about. Even if you don't have a lot of money, you have some discretionary funds. Look, you got like $20, come pick up like 10 of them or so. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you could do $100 worth, then come pick up about 50 of them or so. You know what I mean? So just come over. Look at this. $6.32 for each quarter size. $9.74 for each $half size. And then you get into your 1 ounce coins. But you could do they have the same for gold as well. Now I don't know if they have any, but here you go, fractional. See that? Fractional gold. I don't know if they're out or in stock. Well, here you go, a dime size for $271. See what I mean? A dime size, okay? So it's the size of a dime. And the funny thing is, I do have a lot of Gold Panda dime size ones, and I get those from APMEX. But here at Golden State Mint, they have some really good deals, and I highly recommend you guys come over here. If you're going to buy fractionals, it's the thing to do. Okay, that's what you want to store up on. Anyways, I just wanted to share this because a lot of people ask, look, again, in Pimpy's School of Investments, for your gold and silver class, let your teacher be Lynette Zang. When it comes to cryptocurrency class, let Chico Crypto be your teacher. Okay, these people are unbiased. They will give you information. They will give you the legit news, and they're not persuaded by outside influence. As a matter of fact, if the Chico Crypto is one of the most disliked people on YouTube, that's because, again, he doesn't pump up any one cryptocurrencies, and he will legitimately show you which ones are corrupt and which ones to avoid, which ones are trying to steal your money, You know what I mean? So I do like him a lot. Okay, so you guys, I will leave a link to all these people. Anyways, I wanted to share this with you because gold and silver is really starting to take off. And even though the economy is getting ready to rebound, we will see a drop in gold and silver prices slightly, possibly. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to find a way to drive the value down by pumping the market artificially up to 36 to 40,000 points, making everybody feel like everything is kumbaya again. And then you'll see people, why the gold and silver is on the high side, start selling off their supplies, which I think is a huge mistake. So again, if that's the case, buy it on a dip, but just in case, you should start stacking now. Do a little at a time. And then let's keep an eye out what happens once everybody starts going back to work. If we start to see the market rebound, you will see gold and silver drop. There's no doubt about it. You will see people selling their gold and silver holdings, trying to benefit from the high rate before they start to drop down. This is your opportunity again to go to your local stores, because they will be replenished, and start buying these things really, really cheap, okay, and stacking up on them. All right, I hope that helps everybody out. I had a lot of these questions in there. They wanted to know who I watch, or who I pay attention to, or what I read. There you go. There's two of the biggest ones that I pay attention to, probably more than anybody else. All right, anyways, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and let me know what you think. All right.